It's 3:15 in the morning, and what you're looking at right now is not the line for the viral Starbucks Bearista Cup. Nope. These people are actually more intense than the Starbucks fans because we're lining up for something even more chaotic than a limited edition merch drop. We're waiting for a shuttle to the start line of the REVEL Big Bear Half Marathon, a race that not all of us had signed up for. Well, technically we signed up, but not for this distance. I had signed up for the full marathon, and this was supposed to be my comeback race. And that's what today's video is really about. Not a redemption arc, not a personal best, but what it feels like to run when you're unmotivated. To get ready for a race you didn't expect to run, to show up on days when you didn't want to, and still find your fire somewhere along the course. That's me in the social media promo. When I last left you after the Manhattan Beach 10K, I was still in marathon training mode.
Now in the coming weeks, I still have an 18-miler and then the dreaded 20-miler before I taper for Big Bear.
But 4 weeks before the race, I got an email that no runner wanted to see. The mudslides had wiped out Highway 38, which made up a significant portion of the full marathon course, and there was no time to reroute the course. REVEL gave us 3 options. 1, to change to the half marathon event. 2, move the entry to the Las Vegas Marathon in 2 weeks. Or 3, defer entry for a future race next year. I didn't like any of the choices, but I went with the most palatable one, which was to run the half marathon that day. This meant no 18-miler or 20-miler, which was just as well because my left foot was still giving me pain after Big Cottonwood Half and Manhattan Beach 10K.
Good morning. It's November 3rd, 5 days away from the REVEL Big Bear Half Marathon, not full. Here on a 4-miler easy run with strides, so getting ready to do strides here in a moment. Here we go with the first set, 100 meters. First interval, 24 seconds. Second interval, 26 seconds. Third interval, 24 seconds. We got 1 more to go. Let's take it home. Woo! That last one, 24 seconds. Yeah, the humidity is kicking in, even though it's a overcast day. Now I'm just running up to 4 miles to complete this run. I only have like 0.3 miles left. 4 miles easy, done. Also got in some quick strides there. Now you may remember 2 months ago, right before the Cottonwood Half, I was having issues with my left ankle. Left ankle's feeling better. It's not 100%. I would say it's about 70%. It flares up when I have a long run or if I'm doing an intense speed session or back-to-back easy runs, which is a little scary. I'm over it. Been over 2025. My race goals were all not met. REVEL Big Bear was supposed to be a full marathon. Now remember, I was supposed to run the full marathon course last year, but then there was ice at the morning. And now this year, a mudslide wiped out the first half of the course. They didn't have time to reroute it. I was a bit frustrated because I was looking forward to the REVEL Big Bear full marathon to redeem myself because I didn't have good performances at Surf City and LA Marathon earlier this year. Now that it's a half and I've been injured since this summer, oh well, it's just one of those things that you just gotta roll with the punches. It's not the race that I wanted to run, but I'm still gonna run it.
It's the day before the half marathon, and I'm driving to San Bernardino to pick up my bib. I couldn't help but be a little bitter that I could see Big Bear up ahead without snow and that I wouldn't be running at higher elevation due to the mudslides. Good thing I didn't hit too much traffic on the 10 heading to the Expo. So we're here at the DoubleTree in San Bernardino. That's right, we're keeping it classy. I would have much preferred that we had the Expo at the Ontario Convention Center like last year, but this'll do. I mean, come on, parking is free, and look at this. This is super easy. Just a reminder, it's only 13.1 miles for this race. And here we go, entering the Expo to get my bib and shirt. They texted me yesterday with my bib number, so this will be really fast. REVEL treats everyone like a VIP. The volunteer tied the tag to my bag so I didn't have to fumble around with it. Sleep? Oh yeah, actually, could you? Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. That's really cool. Mission accomplished. Got my bib. Yeah, I know it's upside down. And then my t-shirt and the gear check bag. But wait, I need to film more content for this vlog, so I'm gonna walk around a little bit more. Lots of info on parking and busing, and as you can see, I got an early start tomorrow, 3:15 a.m.
We go with the course, 13.1 miles, just like last year. So we're gonna start up here, and then it's basically downhill from there. But I love how easy it's gonna be to remember when to get refreshments. This is a nice hoodie for Big Bear. Even if you're not running, it just fits the vibe, especially the logo back here. I'm good for fuel, so I'll just go ahead and bypass this.
It's not a cub, but a cute puppy. At least seeing the puppy lifted my spirits up.
It's a tight timeline tomorrow, 6 a.m. start time. Not a Revel race if you don't have the countdown clock. Yeah, I know how this goes now since this is my 4th Revel race. Of course, got to check to make sure the timing chip on my bib works. Here we go. It's going to step over this, and then let's see if my name pops up. Where's my name? Oh, there we go. Yep, that's me. And yes, that's how old I am.
I didn't have to fly to this race, but it was sponsored by Frontier Airlines. Let's see if I can get a freebie.
Actually, can I try that again? Here we go, take 2. Big money, big money. Let's go, let's go. Any swag item? Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, this is going to be kind of hard. I'll take one of these. That's cute. Just like Big Bear. It's not a race expo without a photo op.
Probably wasn't a good idea to be jumping and landing on an ankle I was rehabbing before the race.
I think I'm going to skip out on Coach Paul's talk. I just heard him talk 2 months ago. I also attended this talk last year, and you know what, it's just the half, so I think I'll be okay. There are more vendors going this way. Well, that was the race back in September when I was running injured, and tomorrow's race is Big Bear. I'm running Revel Big Bear because, and then people put down their various reasons, but I like this one here. The marathon got canceled, and because being injured hasn't been fun, I'm here to have a fun race. Hey, I didn't write that, but that is exactly how I feel. So now I got to come up with something original. So if you want to read my dissertation or my manifesto, I'm running Revel Big Bear because making the best out of a bad situation, sign up for the full, but I'm going to still try my best for the half. Plus, it was already a pain to get this weekend off from work. I had to request this weekend off a year ago to run the race, and I thought I was going to be running the full, so I had the weekend off, so might as well go for it.
Revel race expos tend to be small, but this one felt smaller than usual, so I was done quickly.
Didn't stay too long at the expo, maybe about 20 minutes, and most of it was because I was just trying to get content for this vlog. It's just as well. The shuttle loading starts at 3:15 a.m., so I gotta get to bed super early, and it's only 11:40 a.m.
That's not the line for the Bearista Cup, but just the same amount of excitement. I've always been a little unsure of how to carbo load for the half marathon. I feel like since I'm not running 26.2 miles when having a glycogen store matters, I'm not as strict about counting my carbs leading up to the race. However, you should know by now that I love a good meal, and so I'm not going to turn down an opportunity to treat myself.
This is the lunch of champions, so I got water because I got to hydrate, but most importantly, I got this rice bowl with belly and more pork belly, eggs. It's a good way to carb load for the half tomorrow.
Whether it's a full marathon or a half marathon, I'll savor my meal the same.
The Flatlay half marathon edition, not the full. There's my bib, and you can see it's my 4th Revel. They included these bib snaps. I love them because they don't put any holes in your shirt. I'm going to end the racing year by wearing the same top that I wore at Surf City, so we're going to go with burgundy. And because it's going to be cold at the start, I'm going to wear my neck gaiter. Oh, what I like about Revel is that it includes a mylar blanket because it is cold at the start. Got the arm warmers. I got 3 gels, so I'm going to be working with 2 of the Morton 160s and 1 calf gel. We'll see if I take all 3 of them, but I'll definitely be taking the caffeinated one because we are starting really early, or I have to get up really early. You know, it's really helpful, hand warmers. It's going to be really cold at the start. It's going to be 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And last year, what I did to keep my hands warm in these throwaway gloves that Revel includes is I actually stuck these hand warmers inside my glove. That way my hands weren't numb and I can actually move my fingers so that way I can open up one of these gels. As far as shoes goes, I'm going back to the Vaporfly 3s, and these, if you remember, they're actually an entire size bigger than what I normally wear in running shoes. Yes, 8.5. Why an entire size? Well, when going downhill, I like to be able to save my toenails. It's going to be steep and fast, and the last thing I need to worry about is losing my toenails like I did last year. One more thing about REVEL that I like is that you can check in your gear at the very start. So these are actually the same clothes that I wore last year to keep me warm. So yeah, like this fleecy jacket thingy, and then some classic Hanes sweatpants. Now, I got my nice merino wool pullover. It's kept me warm in Greenland, so you know that it's toasty.
Still rehabbing my left foot and ankle. Maybe it was good I didn't have to run a 20-miler in the past couple of weeks. I was still nervous about risking further injuring on a distance I didn't intend to run. It's race morning, and Big Bear is the one race that I have to get up super early for. Usually for a full marathon, I'll get up around 3 a.m., but the logistics of getting to the start line for Big Bear, even for the half, calls for what was my bedtime in college.
Good morning, and I am up super early, probably even earlier than most people who woke up the other day to go to Starbucks to get the Bearista cup, only to find out that each of the stores only had like 1 to 4, maybe 1 cup. Instead of the Bearista cup, I'm going for a medal. But at least we all will get a medal at the end, right? For those who finish. Anyways, I'm gonna start getting my stuff together and I'm gonna head out to the shuttle.
No drama getting onto the shuttle, and we're off from San Bernardino at 3:56 a.m. It was a dark ride up to the start at Forest Falls, so sorry, not much footage of the ride. You could see here that Highway 38 was still closed the morning of the race, and remember, we had gotten the notice of the event change 4 weeks ago. So destination Forest Falls it is. Although I had ridden up to the start with a heavy heart, there was something about coming out to the starting area that lifted my spirits up. Or maybe it was the cold air.
50 minutes later, we are here at Forest Falls.
Once again, we want to welcome you to REVEL Big Bear Marathon, Half Marathon 2025.
At least the lines to the porta potties were non-existent. I remember last year it was crowded because of the influx of the marathoners to the half marathon event at the last minute.
In the meantime, I'm going to stay warm. I brought some snacks and some more drinks, so that's what I'm going to be doing. Well, this time we actually had a month notice, so turns out I guess a lot of people probably deferred or moved to a different race, or maybe a lot of these people here originally signed up for the half. I don't know for sure. But what I like is that there's plenty of room to spread around. I don't feel like I'm packed as a can of sardines. And then look up there, it's a full moon. Those of you who work in the ER or emergency medicine, you know what it means when there's a full moon. Let's just say I'm glad that I'm not working tonight. I'm actually not too cold. Last year, I was near freezing because it was like low 30s. But I think right now it's like in the high 40s. But I'm gonna go try finding a spot near the light so I could see.
Got the hand warmer inside my disposable glove and keeping me toasty. There were more runners arriving, so the start area was quickly getting crowded, but nowhere near as bad as last year with the addition of the marathoners.
I got 10 more minutes before I gotta turn in my bag, so I'm gonna start getting ready. That means it's time to shed my warm layers. So, all right, say goodbye to my jacket here.
Good thing for the arm warmers. Saying goodbye to my gear check bag. It's always chaotic at the van, but the workers got it under control.
Traded my warm layers for the Mylar blanket that I can't control.
And yet, even with the stress and the cold and the lack of sleep, this is the moment I remember why I love race morning. There's something electric about it, even if I have to keep fighting to keep my Mylar blanket on.
And this is where my journey with the Mylar blanket ends. Can't go up there with it, so I'm gonna toss it out here. Well, that was fun while it lasted the 5 minutes.
Good morning, Big Bear. How we doing? That's what I wanted to hear.
Considering I'm still injured and had all the motivation sucked out of me to train for the new distance 4 weeks ago, I kept my goals conservative. I wasn't in the right headspace for a half marathon PR of a sub 140 or even to beat my time last year of a 142. A goal was to go for a sub 145. B goal was a 150. C goal, sub 155. Just enough to keep me moving forward. There's something about being packed at the start with a bunch of excited runners that will encourage you. I was starting to feel that spark to race again.
Rebel 20, 24, say 20, 25!
9, 8, 7, 6,
3, 2, 1,
go! Okay, I'll see you down there, because as you know, I don't like filming running downhill because I've fallen before.
Here's Revel's AI commentary of my performance. Tina Nguyen participated in the 2025 REVEL Big Bear Half Marathon and demonstrated a steady performance throughout the race. Starting strong with a quick 7:45 minute per mile pace for the first mile, she maintained consistency, only slightly slowing down after the initial segment. Tina showed resilience, gaining momentum with a remarkable 7:26 pace at mile 7, improving her overall standing.
Here we go, last mile, mile 12, 1.1 miles left to go.
Despite the slight fluctuations in pace, such as the 8:36 split at mile 8, Tina managed to improve her placement overall and within her division, concluding in 24th place in the women 40 to 44 category. When compared to her previous half marathon at REVEL Big Bear in 2024, her rank improved significantly in both overall standing and division, showcasing promising progress. Focusing on maintaining consistent pace in the middle portion could enhance future results.
Good job! You did it! Okay, thank you though. Good job, Tina!
But my moment with this medal was brief. Hold up. I saw a few of the 26.2 mile medals and I was curious if I could trade my 13.1 mile medal for it. After all, I originally had trained for the full marathon, having completed a 16-mile run and an 18-miler before the event change. In my mind, I had been building up to the full marathon. Who runs an 18-miler for a half marathon?
Okay. All right, this is for the marathon spirit, because I'm gonna run Big Bear full one of these days.
This was more than trading my 13.1 medal for the 26.2. Here's the thing I realized after crossing that finish line. Motivation isn't the thing that gets you to the finish. Momentum does, habit does, community does, and sometimes the races that you didn't sign up for, the ones you didn't plan for, the ones that everything feels meh, are the ones that teach you the most.
I think this is my second Big Bear full marathon medal without actually running full marathon, even though I did sign it up for it. I could have given up this weekend and been like, you know what, nope, not running Big Bear at all, but you know what, I came out here, I did 13.1 with the spirit of 26.2, hence I earned this medal. And the special thing about these REVEL races, they have ice cold towels afterwards. Thank you. Yeah, it's sopping wet. Actually, I'm gonna have to wring it out a little bit because it's a little too wet. Yes, even though it's the second weekend of November here in Southern California, it's still hot. I was actually hot during the second half of the half. Now we got some ice cold drinks. Okay.
There's no more water.
Okay, great, thank you. All right, we'll go with Propel. Got electrolytes in it. Another thing that REVEL does well, they got snack bags, so I don't have to shove everything into my pockets like right here. Hey, my bag didn't come with potato chips. Maybe I'm gonna grab potato chip. I can still bend down. Don't mind if I do. I'm gonna grab potato chip and ooh, I like pretzels. Yay, thank you.
You're welcome, great job.
Still trying to cool down with this wet towel, which is now becoming more warm. Oh, this is exactly what I was looking for, a cookie. Thank you. I love it. Real eggs, real butter, real sugar. Yep, none of that fake stuff.
Look at that, the cookie was as big as the medal. This was better than a banana. I sort of had an idea of what my finish time was for my watch, but I wanted to know the official results. Revel prints out your time on a commemorative card. Oh, the suspense of the laser printer.
Oh man, 1:45.56. I almost made my A goal, a sub 1:45, had I just kept it together for another 56 seconds. So close. But you know what? I'll take it. I'm so happy. Here we go with the gear check. Hopefully not as dramatic or a disaster like at Big Cottonwood. Great, thank you. Great service, first class service. Got my bag all ready. See Big Cottonwood, do what Big Bear does. The post-race expo was a little bit more low-key than last year. I think that's because it was only the half marathon distance and there weren't as many runners as last year. That just makes getting in and out a lot easier. So I'm gonna head over to the shuttle stop and take the shuttle back to the parking lot.
At least the good thing about running the half marathon is that you still have much of the morning left to do whatever you want. I got back to the parking lot in about 15 minutes. What a short ride it was from the finish to the parking lot.
Oh my gosh, it is so warm right now. I had to remove my neck gaiter. I just downed this coconut water that I brought with me. I just checked the weather. No wonder. It's 74 degrees right now, although it says it feels like 79 with 37% humidity. No wonder why I felt parched halfway down the race. I'm still happy with my performance, considering that the last few months I've been dealing with injuries. It was like running Windows XP on safe mode. If you know, you know. And then I was dealing with being in a funk this past month, knowing that I'd signed up to do the full, but then had to run the half, just like last year. So while I didn't have to do another 18-miler and then the 20-miler, it was a bit of a letdown because I was really hoping that today, if I had ran that full marathon, that I would just redeem myself for my less than stellar performances this year at Surf City and LA Marathon. I came into this morning kind of meh, a little bit apathetic. There was something later on at the start that just sparked the fire in me again. I bumped into a couple of people who watched this vlog, and I also ran into a couple of my friends who were running this morning. They look good. I was cheering them on. I didn't want to be the one holding them back because I've got my own issues right now. So I was very happy with how strong they look. It's kind of like the Andor series, you know, from Star Wars. You know, that code word that the Alliance has, that code phrase. I have friends everywhere. Knowing that I have lots of friends and people that I know in the running community, that uplifted me. And that reminded me of why I continue to run. I continue to run even though I'm injured, I feel unmotivated, I'm a little burned out, but there's something about being outside, moving, that makes you happy. Proving to yourself that you can do hard things. Encouraging your unmotivated self in the present that the rewards, if you go through it, your future self is going to feel a lot happier, a lot more satisfied. And in a way, I did redeem this running year. This is actually my fastest half marathon time this year. In the end, mission accomplished. I did do what I had sought out to do, which was to end the year on a high note.
So what did this race teach me? That you don't need perfect motivation to show up. You don't need the exact race you wanted. You just need to keep going, even if it's on the treadmill, even if you're tired, even if you're disappointed, because somewhere along the course, you might find that spark again. All right, that's REVEL Big Bear Half Marathon, the race I didn't sign up for, but clearly needed. If you made it this far, you're officially more committed than the people who lined up at 3 a.m. for the Bearista Cup, or the runners who lined up for the shuttle. Honestly, same energy. Like and subscribe if you want to follow along as I attempt the Big Bear full next year, because apparently I love disappointment and downhill running.